What's up? Welcome back. It's Timo with Timo Paints. Today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to fix stucco cracks in your house or in your project. But before I do that, I want to mention that I got the free estimating guide in the description below, also in the pinned comment, and it's a free PDF with step-by-step instructions on how to estimate jobs so you never underbid again and you maximize some money. So it's free. It's helped me out a lot. I'm sure it'll help you out. So let's get into this video. Filling stucco cracks. I like to use this product. It's called Moreflex. You can get it from your paint store, but I'm sure there's lots of comparable or comparable brands to this. What it is it's a elastomeric, super stretchy material. And what you do is you fill in those cracks. Now, the thing you want to make sure you do is you get it really deep inside of the crack. I like to take my putty knife and remove any loose debris, kind of drag it down the crack, maybe even make the crack a little bit bigger, but there'll probably be some sand and some particles stuck in there. So what I like to do is take a putty knife and get down in there and just kind of clean it out. Now, when you're putting the caulking into the crack, you want to make sure you really mush it in real good. And then I'll come back over with either like a wet brush, like a throwaway brush, or a wet sponge is what I'm using here, is a wet sponge. And you kind of feather it in and mush it. And you use the sponge to really kind of mush it into the crack. Now, what's going to happen is some of it, you're going to have air bubbles and little voids. So it's always a good practice. Just go ahead and run it again. Maybe not as much. Don't pull the trigger as hard. But right here, what I'm doing is I'm filling in some spots that I dug out using the sponge, which is why I prefer to use a brush, because it helps you feather a little bit more without digging it out. So if you have hairline cracks, just remember, dig it out a little bit. Make sure it's clean, of course. The surface is clean. You could use a water hose, maybe just squirt it out, and then the next day come back to it to do the repair if you're a homeowner trying to do this, or a DIY. But the way I like to do it, I dig it out, get all the debris out, fill it in nice and thick with that stuff. It's going to shrink a little bit, but see, that's the end result there. And this might even need another pass once it dries up. Some products shrinks, other products don't. Now, cracks that are like this, a good way to tell if you do need to fill it with that material is if you can fit your putty knife inside of it, it's a good idea to go ahead and fill it up with some material. And this is a good material to do. Now, if it's just chunks are coming off the wall, you might want to go ahead and go to the next step up, mix you up some stucco repair, and go ahead and do the whole entire patch. But for cracks, there are products that'll do these small cracks, these small little hairline cracks like that. There's a product called Multi-Seal, and you can get that from Kelly Moore, but it's like a glue, and it just kind of bridges over these small gaps. But if you can fit your knife in it, make sure you get the caulking. It's Moreflex is what I like to use, and make sure you feather it out, maybe even give it 2 passes. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you want to know how I estimate my jobs, and I never underbid and feel like I underbid, I made a free PDF. It's a estimating sheet, and what it is it's a step-by-step guide to just kind of standardize your prices. That way, you know what you're making, and you're actually making money. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll leave it linked in the description below. It'll also be the pinned comment. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if it helps you out, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.